You left your 9 to 5 for freedom, but sometimes it doesn't feel like freedom at all. You're still overworking, second guessing, and waiting for someone to tell you what to do next. Now here's the truth. You may have quit your job, but you didn't quit your employee mindset. The way you think determines how you build, lead, and grow your business. And until you rewire those old patterns, the ones that crave security, perfection, and permission, you're gonna stay stuck in the same cycle, just with a different title. So today, I'm gonna show you how to shift from employee thinking to entrepreneur thinking so that you can lead your business with confidence, clarity, and freedom. Now, I'm telling you this from experience, okay? I've been there, done that, and I'm still working on that employee mindset because it's been ingrained in us. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to share with you a few tips to help you get through that. Hi, I'm Yvonne Bramble, a business and finance coach. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners just like you scale to 6 figures with clear strategies, simple systems, and a powerful money mindset so that they can build profitable businesses that support their lifestyle and purpose. You see, my clients go from feeling stuck and overwhelmed to leading their business with clarity and confidence. And I want that for you too with all my heart. That's why I'm here, okay? Now, when I first became an entrepreneur, I'll tell you a little story, I still felt like an employee, right? I was waiting for validation, afraid to make mistakes, and constantly focused on avoiding mistakes instead of just creating results. Then one day it hit me, no one was coming to approve my decisions. I had been in program and project management for decades, for 2 decades, over 20 years. So in that role, I had to get approval for everything, right? But as an entrepreneur, that's not the case, right? I had to give myself permission to win. And once I shifted from what if this fails to what can I learn from this, I stopped from survival, living from survival to just starting to lead, okay? My business and my confidence transformed when I made that shift, okay? And as I mentioned in this video, I'm gonna share with you 3 business coaching tips to help you get from employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. How to rewire your thinking for business success. Okay, let's go. Let's dive right in. Business coaching tip number 1, stop waiting for permission. In corporate, you're trained to follow directions, right? But in entrepreneurships, no one is going to come to give you approval. Not happening. You have to decide and move. Catch yourself every time you hesitate or ask for validation before making a move. Posting content, launching an offer, raising prices, all of these things, you are the one that has to make the decisions. Right? Not your friend, not your family member, right? You. So instead of asking, am I ready? Ask yourself, okay, what's the next step, right? Staying focused. What's the next step? What's the next step? Start making small CEO level decisions daily, right? Start making it a habit. Train your mind. And the more decisions you make, the faster you develop trust in yourself. And that's what it is. It's just trusting yourself. Trust that it's the self-trust that comes when you continue to move forward. And that's going to be your greatest business asset. You see, your greatest business asset is trusting in yourself, trusting in your intuitive self. I worked with a client who had a brilliant idea for a group coaching program, but she kept waiting for someone to greenlight it, right? A mentor, a sign from the universe, or even the perfect timing, right? But what we did was we got her grounded, right? Reframed her mindset from I need approval to I am the authority. Okay, as an entrepreneur, you are the authority. Okay, own it. And within 30 days, she signed her first beta round and signed 5 clients. See, her confidence skyrocketed once she realized that she had the permission slip, right? And so that leads me to business coaching tip number 2. I hesitate because there's so much programming that goes into seeking permission. One thought that came to me before jumping into business coaching tip number 2 is, you remember in school where we literally had to ask permission for everything? So, right, programmed and ingrained in us is even to go to the bathroom. What did we have to do? We had to raise our hands, wait for the teacher to call us, and ask her for permission for something so biologically basic as going to the bathroom, right? So that's why you have to understand that this is visceral. It's very challenging. One of the toughest challenges for people that go from employee to entrepreneur is working on that mindset, working on deprogramming all of that. And it is so difficult. So if you're still here listening, hats off. I respect you and I honor you for that, because it is not easy. You are going against the grain here, okay? And that's why I love what I do. And I decided to do this because I want to be able to support you and support everyone that is really looking for financial freedom, and it's not easy, okay? So I just want to give you that. Okay, so let's go to business coaching tip number 2. You want to think in terms of possibility, not security. That's another one, right? We've been programmed on security, and that's good, that's fine, especially as women, right? But let's rephrase that to what's possible, right? So as an employee, your goal is stability, a predictable paycheck, structure, and routine, right? But as an entrepreneur, your goal is growth, which means learning to take risks, leaning into the risk and the possibilities of what comes by taking that risk, okay, getting through that. So when you feel fear around money or uncertainty, pause and ask yourself, am I thinking like an employee or am I thinking like an entrepreneur, right? Employees ask, what do I have to lose? Right? They're thinking, oh man, what if I fail? What do I have to lose? But entrepreneurs ask, what do I have to gain? What's possible? Do you see the difference? So what you want to do is you want to reframe your mindset from safety to strategy. Instead of trying to control outcomes, focus on testing, learning, and adapting. Okay? So you can't control the outcome, but what you can control is what you do on a daily basis to get you to your goal. And that's why instead of thinking, just do it, right? You can always iterate. In project management, we call it agile, right? So we're constantly, incrementally shifting and changing based on testing, learning, adapting, and changing along the way, right? You just have to start with the first step. And growth comes from iteration, not from perfection. I had a client who turned down a partnership opportunity because she feared the unknown. But once she learned to evaluate possibilities through the lens of potential gain, not loss, she said yes to a similar offer later, right? And that collaboration 4x'd her visibility and opened the door to 6 new clients. Her biggest breakthrough really was realizing that security doesn't come from certainty. It comes from self-belief. And I'm going to repeat that because that's important. Security, the security that you're looking for, it doesn't come from certainty. Right? It comes from self-belief. It goes back to trusting in yourself. Right? Trusting that you are going to figure it out along the way. That if something doesn't work, you're going to shift. You're going to switch gears. Right? You're going to iterate. You're going to have iterative processes in place to be able to switch and continue to move forward until it works. Okay? Now, business coaching tip number 3 is you want to lead with vision, not tasks. This is a big one. Oh my goodness. Employees focus on doing tasks. Okay? Did I complete my task for today? If I did, great. It was a good day. But entrepreneurs focus on directing, okay? Coaching, directing, leading with vision. If you're constantly busy but not moving forward, you're still operating in task mode, not visionary mode. And I say this because I coach a lot of clients through this, and in the beginning, this is something that I struggled with myself. Every morning, instead of asking, what do I need to get done today? Okay, if you're guilty, guilty as charged, right? What do I need to get done today? Well, how about this? Shift, if you're one of my friends that ask themselves, what do I need to get done today? Shift your thinking to what moves my business closer to my vision today? What's gonna move my business closer to my vision today? Okay, right? So it could be, you might say, well, Yvonne, that's the same question. Well, is it? Because it's a different perspective. Protect CEO time weekly, okay? 60 minutes for big picture thinking, reviewing your data, reviewing your KPIs and your metrics, and reviewing your strategy. Because that question is more of a strategic one as opposed to a tactical one. Okay, what tasks do I need to do today? That's tactical. Okay, what things will move the business closer to the vision? That's strategic. So that's the difference, right? That's where you make the decisions that scale your business, not just sustain it. Okay, you can't have one without the other though, right? You have to know when to switch gears, but you have to move forward with that, with strategy in mind. Okay, you know, one client came to me completely burnt out. She was doing everything herself, from marketing to administrative, operational tasks. And what we did is we shifted her into, shifted some time into visionary time. So 1 hour a week, focused only on growth planning, strategic growth planning. And within 3 months, she had hired her first assistant and launched a new product line that doubled her revenue. And when she stopped thinking like a worker and started thinking like a leader, her business finally expanded. Now, if you need help on this or any other topic that we just discussed today, feel free to book a private one-on-one coaching call with me. I have availability now, limited availability for one-on-one coaching, but that's available for you. Please feel free to click on the link in the description box below to go ahead and we can work through your unique situation to support you along your journey, okay? Now, let's take these coaching tips and put them into practice. You know, knowledge only becomes power when we take action, right? So here's an action step. This week, I want you to notice every time you seek permission, choose safety, or stay stuck on task mode, then I want you to ask yourself, what would the CEO version of me do right now? Okay, and write that down and take action immediately. See, repetition builds a new identity. So that's very, very important that you repeat that phrase because that's going to keep you focused into this new identity. So now to recap, shifting from employee to entrepreneur isn't about working harder, it's about thinking differently. So when you stop waiting for permission and start focusing on possibility and lead from vision, that's when you're going to step into your true role as the creator of your business and your life. Again, if you need help and support on any one of these topics or any other business area, any other area in your business, feel free to book a private one-on-one coaching call with me so that I can support you along your journey. Now, inside my Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy, I help you make this exact shift from overworked operator to empowered CEO with the mindset, the systems, and money strategies that build lasting freedom. Okay, so if you want to work closer with me, the link is in the description box below for you to enroll in the Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy. Now, thanks for watching. If you got value from any portion of this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who will benefit from this business coaching. It just takes a second and it adds so much value to this channel so that other like-minded individuals just like you have an opportunity to have access to this free information. Now, if you've ever felt like something invisible keeps holding you back, right, from making more money, you won't want to miss this next video. The hidden beliefs keeping entrepreneurs stuck and broke. We're going to talk through that and deep dive into that topic in the next video. Click to watch, and I'll see you on the other side. Oceans of love. Till next time.